new games coming out to Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 in 2025 and beyond. Nintendo is about to release a new console, and with it there's a lot of games announced, so check it out with me. Hope you liked the video. Click on the like button, subscribe, and let's go.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon.
Mario Kart World is the new game of this classic racing series. The game is being developed by Nintendo and is going to be released in the new Nintendo console. That's Switch 2, and it'll be released in the same day. That's June 5th, 2025. You probably know Mario Kart series, an arcade fun racing game that created this style of races in video game. And now the new game is finally announced. The last one released was Mario Kart 8 in 2014. So 10 years later, we're seeing a whole new game. The game will be set in a huge open map with different modes, different karts, characters, places, and much more. So if you're planning to buy a Nintendo Switch 2, this is a good game to start playing. Little Nightmares 3 is the third adventure, or nightmare, of the series. The game is now being developed by another studio, Supermassive Games, the studio of Until Dawn, The Quarry, and some more games. Little Nightmares 3 is coming out in 2025, but with no official date yet, but will be available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4 and 5, Switch, and Windows. The adventure now will be set in a co-op experience, but no, you don't need anyone else to play with you. In the case you're going to play alone, an AI is going to help you in the adventure, but surely with a real person will be more fun. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 Plus 4 is a remake of two beloved games of this series. And they'll not be just remakes. There will be new things too, like musics, stages, characters, and more. The game is being developed by the studio Iron Galaxy Studios, and is coming out to Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and Windows in July 11th, 2025. Everything you loved is back, but revamped with more skaters, new parks, gnarlier tricks, eardrum-shattering music, plus a whole lot more. Still with an arcade gameplay style, a lot of tricks, many different challenges, and a lot of charisma. So if you like the experience of the classic games, this one shall be really interesting for you. Shadow Labyrinth is an action Metroidvania in a version of the world of the classic Pac-Man. The game is being developed by the studio Bandai Namco Studios and is coming out in July 17, 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and Microsoft Windows. A 2D action platformer and a genre-twisting alternate take on the iconic Pac-Man. As the swordsman, you wake on a mysterious planet amidst relics of wars past. To survive, you will discover secrets, consume your enemies, and grow from prey to apex predator. A game that shall be really fun for the fans of Metroidvania games. So keep an eye out for it if you're one of these.
You have been chosen. And we have work to do, number 8. A swordsman needs more than a sword. Don't just defeat enemies. Consume them.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is the new episode of this beloved series. Originally, Metroid is a Metroidvania game, but the Prime series is actually a FPS. The last Prime game was released a long time ago, and the hype is real for the new game. The gameplay looks really good, fluid and fast, and the graphics looks nice, and I believe it's going to be even better on Nintendo Switch 2. The game is being developed by the studio Retro Studios, Nintendo, and is coming out in some moment of this year, 2025, to Nintendo Switch, and surely Nintendo Switch 2 when it's released.
Bane. But here, in the Taisho era, we're the only detectives that specialize in that sort of thing. Yes, this is the Narumi Detective Agency.
Please, sir. Please, help.
Righto! Got a case. Let's roll! It's time.
Raidou Remastered: The Mystery of the Soulless Army is a classic JRPG game, and now is coming back with better visuals and performance. The game is being developed by Atlus, and will be released in June 19, 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and Windows. The story of apprentice detective and devil summoner extraordinaire Raidou Kuzunoha 14 returns in this remastered classic. Call upon your demons to solve supernatural mysteries and dispose of enemies. So if you like the games from Studio Atlus, this one shall be interesting for you, and remembering it's coming out in June 19th, so keep an eye out for it.
Narumi, and listen to me for a minute, okay?
So, I ask, are you prepared to lead the life of a devil summoner?
Come forth!
I give you my blood. I give you my life. Turn, O wheel, and transport him to a night of moonlight.
The Duskbloods is the new game of the beloved studio From Software, but you, fan of From Software games, you need to know that this is a different game from the other games. It's going to be set in a multiplayer universe, kind of similar to Elden Ring Night Train, but Duskbloods will be a whole new game in this style, with a theme kind of similar to Bloodborne, but no with vampires. It's being developed by From Software, and is coming out in some moment of 2026, and will be an exclusive game of Nintendo Switch 2. What makes this game even more curious?
Close your eyes and contemplate now.
Your time is running out.
This place is a womb where we grow our future.
Your weapons fail. Your ammunition runs low.
And you've yet to see our most beautiful creation. All you have is your hatred and your individuality.
System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster is obviously the remaster of a classic first-person sci-fi game released in 1999. The original game is a genre-defining experience that established innovative gameplay mechanics that are a staple of the FPS and RPG genre today. Survive the wretched corridors of Von Braun. Your training has prepared you for this. The studios developing the remaster are Night Dive Studios, Looking Glass Studios, and Irrational Games, and it's coming out in June 25th, 2025 to Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. So if you missed the classic game, the remaster should be really fun. Borderlands 4 is the next adventure of the beloved universe of Borderlands. The game is being developed by the studio Gearbox Software. This will be released on Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, PlayStation 5, and Microsoft Windows. The game got a release date already. That is September 23rd, 2025. You probably know the series already, but if you don't, it's a looter-shooter series set in a first-person camera with a unique and charismatic graphic style, and it's always been a success since the first game of the series.
Transferred to this academy for a very special reason. The complete and utter school's peace. During your time here, you happy few, will be molded into the perfect special defense unit.
Feeling open, son.
Hey, everyone! Sorry I'm late. I can do this! I'll fight alongside everybody else.
The 100 Line Last Defense Academy is one of those story games for anime fans. Well, it's an adventure game with a powerful storyline. The game received a demo, and the people who played really liked it, so I believe that the final version is going to be really good too. The game is being developed by the studios 2Kyo Games and Media Visioning, and will be released in April 23rd, 2025 to Nintendo Switch and Microsoft Windows. 15 students are tasked with defending a school from grotesque monsters for 100 days. Can they make it to the end? And will they survive long enough to uncover the truth?
If we lose here, right? If this is what it takes to stop that, then I'll fight too!
Don't worry. You don't have to do it alone. We'll protect what's important to you together. I want each and every one of us to get through this and go home alive. Not just to ourselves.
This is where we finally start working together as one big team! When I think of how you're all counting on me, I feel courage.
It's the people we care about, too.
You think you can screw with us, asshole?
Nothing lasts forever.
Reanimal is a game set in the same style of Little Nightmares, a game with exploration, platformer features, and a lot of puzzles. The game is being developed by the same creators of Little Nightmares, the studio Tarsia Studios, and is coming out in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series X and Series S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. As you can see, it's a horror game set in a really scary universe, with different types of creatures and more. In the game, you must survive and solve the mysteries of each level to get the access to the next one, all in a very immersive universe. Sonic Racing Crossworlds is finally a new kart game of the beloved Sonic. If you don't know the series, well, it's in the same style of Mario Kart, but with the Sonic characters and some unique features too. It's being developed by the studio Sonic team, and it's coming out to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and Windows in some moment of 2025. Race across land, sea, air, space, and time in Sonic Racing. Warp through travel rings into new dimensions where something new awaits around every twist. Hollow Knight Silksong is the sequel of the acclaimed original game released in 2017 and is being developed by the same team. That's Team Cherry, a very good studio, and the game is finally confirmed to 2025 with no official date yet. But this year, and it'll be available on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and Windows. The original game was incredibly good, a true Metroidvania experience, with an immersive universe to explore, hard bosses, and a charismatic theme. So the sequel is highly anticipated, and now the fans know that it's really coming out. Donkey Kong Banananza is a new game of my favorite Nintendo series ever, and it looks absolutely insane. The game is being developed by Nintendo and will be released on Nintendo Switch 2 only in July 17, 2025. If you just like me miss the old Kong games, this one shall be interesting for you. It's not a 2D Donkey Kong, but a 3D Donkey Kong, set in a beautiful and stylish open world with many different enemies, bosses, and stages. One thing that looks interesting in this game is the destruction of the scenario. It looks like you can break through almost everything in the map, so the exploration shall be really fun. Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a new 2D beat-em-up game with the beloved characters from Marvel. Choose between 15 Marvel heroes in this frenetic action beat-em-up to fight against the deadly annihilation wave threatening the galaxy. From New York City to the depths of the negative zone, the future of the Marvel Universe will be fought for across the stars. Developed by the studio Tribute Games, and it's coming out in some moments of 2025, but with no official release date yet. And it's confirmed to Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, and Microsoft Windows.
Pokemon Legends ZA is a new title in the Pokemon series. The story takes place in Lumiose City, the largest city in the Kalos region. These days, Lumiose is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and Pokemon truly share. After you arrive in Lumiose City to see the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokemon, one of which will become your first partner: Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile.
Pokemon Legends ZA is a new adventure in the beloved universe of Pokemon. We've not seen so much about the game, but we know that's going to be one of the biggest or the biggest game of the series. It's being developed by the studio Game Freak, Nintendo, and it's coming out in 2025 to Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 when it's released. If you know Pokemon, you know what to expect. It's a fun JRPG with unique features, and the most fun thing is always finding and collecting all Pokemons, evolve them, and learn all the mechanics of the game.
Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally, either Urbane or Tawny. You'll also meet his partner, Floette. Lumiose's redevelopment is being managed by Quasartico Inc. You'll become acquainted with the company's CEO Jet and her secretary Vinny. To help people and Pokemon coexist, the city has set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive.
Bionic Bay is a new platformer game mixed with puzzles. So for you that missed the classic Limbo or Inside, this game shall be really interesting for you. The game is being developed by the studio Psychoflow Studio and Murina Oi, and will be released in April 17, 2025 to PlayStation 5 and Windows. A scientist uses a unique teleportation instrument to escape an ancient biomechanical world filled with imaginative technology, deadly traps, and hidden secrets. So now you must solve the puzzles and beat challenges of platforms to advance and discover more and more about the story of the game, all set in a beautiful visual style and a gameplay that totally resembles the classic Limbo, but with its own personality.
When the Zonai, who descended from the heavens, joined hands with the Hylians, who dwelled on the surface, their union led to a great and prosperous kingdom. But in time, a terrible evil arose. A war was fought to vanquish this evil, one which future generations would call
Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is the new game of a classic series. It's set in the same universe of Zelda, with some of the same characters, and this one is set in the universe of the new games with connections. The game is being developed by Nintendo, and it's coming out in some moment of 2025 only on Nintendo Switch 2. If you've never played any game of the series before, know that it's a sort of hack and slash game, but with its own style, really similar to Dynasty Warriors, but all set in the universe of the legend of Zelda. Kirby Air Riders is a new racing game in the universe of Kirby. Yeah, Nintendo announced a new Mario Kart. There's also a new Sonic Racing coming out that's not a Nintendo game, but it's kind of similar. And there's now a new racing game of Kirby. The game is being developed by Nintendo, and it's coming out in some moment of 2025, and will be an exclusive game of Nintendo Switch 2. We haven't seen a gameplay yet, but it's expected to be similar to the first game of Kirby in this style. That's Kirby Air Rider, a similar name, and the game shall be similar to it. Nintendo Switch 2 will be a console better than Switch 1 in performance, and that will allow it to run games that Switch 1 didn't. So some other that wasn't available on Switch will start to be released there. So here's some of these games, but of course more will be announced soon. Cyberpunk 2077, the last game of CD Projekt Red, from the same developers of The Witcher 3, an insane first-person shooter RPG experience, coming day one.
The only limit to what you can do is what you're willing to become.
Star Wars Outlaws, the open-world game in this beloved universe developed by Ubisoft, will also be available on Switch 2.
If I want to survive, I have to play their game. These are dangerous times. At least that's what I hear. The Empire?
Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is also coming to Nintendo Switch 2, the remake of the first part of the classic game.
A touching reunion.
Elden Ring, the ultimate Souls-like experience, a huge game set in an open world with content for you to play for over 100 hours.
Someone must extinguish thy flame.
They will fight, and they will die.
Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, the legendary 3D beat-em-up game, will also be available on Nintendo Switch 2, day one on the console.
The Awakening Dragon, Kazuma Kiryu. The Caged Dog, Goro Majima. Witness the beginning of two legends bound by fate.
Street Fighter 6, the ultimate game of the series, an excellent game in all terms, nice graphics, gameplay, soundtrack, and much more.
If you want to start off on the right foot in this city, hit the streets.
Yeah, hey, dare I do this. Never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, y'all
Hades 2, a game on early access on Steam right now, but the final version will also be available on Switch 2 first and in the other consoles.
Your way down.
About ready to give in?
No, I was born for this.
Drag X Drive, a new multiplayer game to debut the new feature of Nintendo Switch, the mouse. Hogwarts Legacy is coming too. For you fan of Harry Potter, this one is a great game.
Terribly dangerous. But I do not know where it leads.
Split Fiction, the insane co-op adventure released in 2025, is also confirmed to Nintendo Switch 2.
Next co-op adventure called Split Fiction. Let me tell you this, get ready for a ride.
And that's the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Click on the like button, subscribe for more videos, and leave your comments. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next video.